Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as always, I'm here with my faithful mug of tea, which today contains a black tea blend with a flavor of orange. And yeah, it's a quite plain tea and there's not too much extra to say about that, but it is, comfy. So you haven't seen me for a while because I have been literally 4 weeks to New Zealand, which has most definitely been a vacation of my lifetime. So what you may see is that I have a little bit more tan compared to normal. And for others, it might not be visible. It was amazing weather there. We have seen lots of scenic, beautiful natures and views. You can't see New Zealand in 4 weeks' time, and if you ever get the chance, I can absolutely recommend visiting that country. We had the luck, we were visiting family, so for us the travel was somewhat cheaper because we could stay with family for some of the time. And I do know that we want to go back one day. So if I have anyone here watching who is from New Zealand, you have such a beautiful country. So thank you for all being so hospitable towards us. I didn't really actually bump into any yarn stores there or the like. I did see a few shops which had some yarn, but that was more like, it's like when I went in there and looked at it, it seemed more like cheapish acrylics. But I'm sure I didn't specific try look for yarn stores either. It was more like if we bumped into one on our road, we would most definitely go and look at it, but I wasn't driving for it or specific looking for it. Did see lots of sheep on the mountainsides, as well as cows and deers and other scenic natures. And yeah, it's a beautiful country and got to see lots of wildlife, including albatrosses, dolphins and seals. And we saw some kiwis in some kiwi conservations. So yeah, amazing vacation. I could talk for hours for this, but that's not why you guys are here. You're here because you like yarn content and yarn videos and yarn projects and probably also a bit of crochet. So where I left off when I left for New Zealand was I had two projects running at the time, and that was my crocheted socks and the Virus Shawl, which I'm making a tutorial for. And the crochet socks I had not worked for in a while because I'm at a place in the pattern where I'm deviating from the pattern because the pattern isn't adding up anymore, but the size is fitting. And that was even though I was following the pattern to the size that I was supposed to have. So I have to wing it to make the heel on the sock. So for those that don't remember, the socks is made in the Mayflower Class 101 yarn and this lovely sort of royal blue alike color. That will be the bottom part of the foot. The top part has this lovely fancy pattern. And I already prepared for the heel. And what I kind of like about crocheting socks in this case of the pattern is that you start with the foot and you know the length immediately, and the shaft, depending on how much yarn you had, you can make it as long as you want. But the next step in my progress here is basically adding the heel. So I already took out and prepared for the back end of the foot or the heel, and the heel would have to basically be added here by slowly decreasing the amount of stitches I have there. So I have to read through the pattern and see how I can best possibly adapt that to the amount of stitches that I in fact have. Luckily, I was clever enough to write everything down. So every round, the amount of stitches I'm supposed to have, etc. I have that in a nice Word document on my computer, so that when I am going to make the matching partner for it, that I know exactly what I've been doing and how and so on. But yeah, there is there's a bit of work to do before I'm done. And as I said, it's something I need to do when I have time to sit down and focus and calculate and do stuff to make sure that the outcome is gonna be the exact outcome that I want it to be. I hope I will have time to look at it this weekend. But honestly, after coming back last week Sunday, it's been extremely busy. First of all, I've been jet lagged. Then there's so many things you need to get back on track because you've been gone for 4 weeks. I started back at work. On top, I had to go to Amsterdam for a training, which is like a long commute for me. It's like 1.5 hours commute for me to get to Amsterdam and back. It's another 1.5 hours, so that's 3 hours in a day just gone commuting. And work has been busy because apparently I'm so lucky that I have colleagues who's either sick or they have sick children, so they have also had the days off. So it's just been super busy trying to catch up everywhere, and all my colleagues are obviously happy to have me back after the 4 weeks. So I hope I have time to get started on these socks again. Next week I also have 3 days paid off because of work, because I have other projects going on where I won't have time to crochet either. So this yarn talk video is not coming on a Monday. It's coming here today, which is Friday. And the next yarn talk video won't be on Monday, but Monday the following week, because that will have the time for me to summarize a bit of more work, and it's just how it fits best in my agenda. But that was the socks. I just want to give a quick reminder of where we were and where I'm going to proceed, hopefully this weekend. At least I hope to get a heel at it. Would be really, really cool if I find the time. Then I have this lovely Virus Shawl, which I actually did reach to do a little bit more work on after I got home, but before recording this video. So you can see how the yellow is starting to add up here. And, oops, how it's generally getting really, really nice and big. And the yellow goes into an orange, which goes into this peachy pink. What I like about the Virus Shawl right now is that I made all the basic for the tutorials, and everything I need to do now is basically just crank out the rounds, crank out the more rounds, and eventually I need to block it, and then it's gonna be done and finished. And the benefit is now that I don't really need to look too much at it. I can just sit and do it if I watch TV or the like. I just need to pay attention that I do make the amount of double crochets, but once those are done, it's like the next following rounds is so easy to keep cranking around. So it's just pay a little bit of attention, but you don't need to think, if that makes any sense, because it's just repeating patterns. But yeah, I really like how this is turning out. So yeah, that's just a quick update. We are pretty going well. And I will keep working on that, and hopefully there will be a tutorial on that sometime in February. Crossing fingers, because I still have this other tutorial that I was working on, which is actually all more or less finished, but I need some pictures to make the tutorial look nice. Maybe eventually you get bombed with tutorials on its own. I also started a new project because I've been itching to work with the Yarn and Colors Amazing yarn. So Yarn and Colors is a Dutch brand, and Amazing is the line of yarn they have with recycled acrylics. It's a DK weight, and the project I've started is going to be a baby blanket in the filet stitch with some yarn haul I got back last autumn. I've made the first 5 rows of the blanket, and the blanket I'm making is the Linked Hearts by Emma Moss, which is a Ravelry pattern, or a pattern I found on Ravelry, which I'm gonna link down below. It's a free pattern at the moment, at least. So you can have a look at it. What is that I increased the size a bit, so I made it extra wide, and I'm unsure if I'm gonna make the panels themselves wider or longer as well. It's not something I've completely decided on yet. I will see when I've made the first section. And the first section I'm making is in this lovely blue, which I've made the first 5 rows of. And you can see here. Oh, I made a mistake, I see. That's embarrassing. Huh. Cool. This block is supposed to be here. So I'm going to flog this to fix that before I continue. That was nice that I saw it actually. Sometimes there are benefits of making hand talk videos. You realize your own mistakes. Oh my goodness, and I made one more mistake. How can I do this? Well, the first section, I have to flog the first 1.5 row, not 1.5 row, the first half row of my 5th row, but this section is correct. So that would be the first half. And as you can see here, it's slowly becoming into a heart. Normally the original pattern here has 5 hearts per color section. It has 3 colors and it has some edging, and mine instead will not have 5, it will have I think 7, because I added another 32 stitches to accommodate for the extra width of a repeat of that pattern, so that I could have it a bit extra wide. So the blanket is right now gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit wider blanket, so it's not just gonna be a big blanket, it could also be like more like a toddler blanket. Anyhow, the amazing yarn, I'm going to find the bandroll here, because the color I'm using right now is called Nordic Blue. So this is the yarn, and it's quite soft for a recycled acrylic. And what's worth to know is it's washable at 30 degrees. It can be ironed. Don't stuff it into the dryer. Don't do any funky detergents for cleaning it, except for a regular normal soap. It has, a skein has 100 grams, and you get 310 meters for that. So that's about 339 yards. It's 100% recycled acrylic, which makes it better for the environment, at least, than the normal regular acrylic. So I kind of like that concept of it. Even the bandroll here is 100% recycled paper. They do say that they recommend a crochet hook size of 4 millimeters. I have been using a 4.5 to do this, but I'm also a bit of a tighter crocheter, and I'm using my very known these days prim hooks for doing so. I really should make a review of these prim hooks, because now I've done some more projects. So far it's been really nice to crochet with, and I do like this yarn, so I might actually end up making a giveaway with this yarn. The panels in this baby blanket is going to be 3 panels. I have this Nordic Blue, then the middle panel is going to be Orchid, which is like a purplish, also a quite nice yarn. And all these yarns are funny enough dyed at once, so it's a pretty new yarn. So that's going to be like the bottom, and then we're going to have like a layer of white here, and then this lovely purple. Then I'm going into this, which is a cotton candy, which is a pink again. So oops, let's see if I can actually make it like this. So it's going to be like 3 layers like this, and the edge is going to be this white, which is obviously white. Again, they're all Dialog Colors 1, so it is a very quite new yarn, and it's absolutely amazing. It's quite soft and nice to work with from a recycled acrylic point of perspective. So I'm eager to get this project completed. But as I said, I actually do have to, until here, I have to, that's this whole section I need to flog. So yeah, I guess I better get going on that, because it sucks. But the fact is, I made 2 mistakes, not just 1, 2 mistakes. I'm making kind of squares instead of hearts. But yeah, when you notice your mistakes, I guess that's better than if I had made more rounds and had to flock more rounds. I hate flocking, everyone does. I have to say right now, this yarn flocks absolutely like a dream. It's not tangy, it's not nothing, it's just flocking straight as if nothing was hindering it. So this is a good acrylic for flocking. It's a good acrylic for crochet hook size, 4 to 5 millimeters, and yeah, it's sometimes, like, if you don't pay attention, it can be a little bit splitty, but generally if you just crank it out, it's just a nice convenient acrylic to work in. So that would be it. Yeah, then I need to chain 1, skip a stitch and continue. Oh, if I can do that, let's see. Sorry for being a bit focused on this, but now I found the mistake. I want to get it continued and fixed. So this looks much better. So that's how it should be. It should have been there, not here. So cool. That was actually a useful yarn flock video, not just to give you updates, but also to fix some of my mistakes. I'm going to continue with this panel and make it correct later. But yeah, that's something I need to get fixed for sure. That's about it for now, except yeah, I'm really looking forward for this final project. A panel should normally take about 100 grams. So there should be about 400 grams of baby blanket when I'm done, or toddler blanket maybe. Though because I've written it, it might require more yarn. I have 2 skeins of each, so I do have room to make it a little bit larger. So I will see when I've finished the first full repeat of the panel, which is, if I don't remember wrong, like 18 rows or something like that. Then I will see if I want to make it longer or not, if we're just gonna keep that size. So that's a little bit still up for discussion. Or I could also option, if I just want a little bit wider, to add 1 or 2 more rows between the panels, and then adapt this pattern a little bit to my own design. We'll see. It's just for me right now to enjoy the yarn, and it was a perfect pattern for the type of yarn I had. And I will most definitely make some sort of giveaway with this yarn. Maybe not these colors, but some others sometime this spring, maybe as a celebration of finishing the blanket or something like that. Because I do believe that it's a great yarn and you guys deserve the chance and opportunity to work with it. That's it for now. I'm gonna be back, not already next week, because next week I'll be busy. If I'm back next week, yeah, I just don't expect I'll reach it, but be happy if you see me. I'm going to come out with a new yarn talk video. This not on Monday, but Monday the following week. So that's gonna be like on, give me a moment, Monday the 6th of February. You'll see me back for sure, sometime during the day. And I will just take it step by step and see how it goes. I thank you very much if you are still watching this video, for supporting me in full. And if you haven't done it yet, do subscribe to my videos, hit the little bell so that you get notified whenever I do post new videos, because this channel is going to be active again now when I am back for my very long and deserved vacation. I have plenty of more things coming up. New tutorials is in progress, and I do have a few other things and plans that I want to do, like an one-on-one crocheting part, which I know there's plenty of these on YouTube, but we all have each our own take on things for that. And yeah, so much more is coming up. Stay tuned. as always, it's a pleasure to share my adventures with you guys. Have a great day, have a great week and weeks to come, and I do hope that you get lots of your crafting done in this period. Take care. Bye.